do want to ask you about the touchdown because you got hit pretty hard on that. You stayed on your feet. How, I guess, rewarding is it to show that you've got that kind of toughness to absorb hits, to make those kind of plays?
I'm just trying to make a play. That was it. That was the thing. He ain't wrap up, and I just bounced off. Seeing my lineman come out, a wave of blue come out, get under them, and that was the rest was history.
J-Mo, have you had a chance to catch up with St. and do you know how he's
Yeah, I've been trying to talk to him all day, halftime and things like that. I've been just, making sure he's okay. That's all.
All injuries, is it especially deflating when it happens to a guy like him?
Yeah, the heart and soul of the team, and so that's the thing. When our guy go down, other guys got to come up and make plays. You see TeSlaa come with the touchdown, we making plays out there. We just got to make way more plays, and don't even get the other guys a chance. We playmakers, and just got to execute, be on the little details, and get everything together. We're gonna be good.
What the talent this offense has, and as well as you guys have clicked at times this season, what does it feel like is missing, if there is something kind of missing right now?
Man, it's nothing missing. Like you just said, we got the talent, we got the great coaches, we got the great players, we got playmakers. Everything is good. In these type of games and situations, we just got to execute and come out on top. That's it. There's no excuses. There's nothing to say about it. We just got to execute and come on top.
J-Mo, in Gibbs' third down run in I think the third quarter, left edge, it looked like maybe you thought you could have made a block to spring him. You were upset.
I could have.
What you saw there?
I think that play was a run.
Yeah.
Man, it don't even matter what way it was going. I ran my corner off. I usually do that a lot, but sometimes they turn their eyes back before me and see the running back. So, I feel like me and him, I get that block, Jameer gone. So, it's just me beating myself up and knowing I can make a better play than I did.
I think in the same third quarter, too, you're running around left, and we see Goff just diving into the run blocking for you. Just how helpful is it to see him?
That excited me so much. I'm like, oh, man, I got going around in there. But, I just had to bounce back and make a play and, get some yards down the field. That right there was really exciting to me, and that's it.
How prepared do you think this team is to fight every week for that playoff spot? I mean, just to deal kind of game in and game out, just have to kind of.
I honestly think we're the most prepared. That question shouldn't even be a question. We prepare ourselves every day, every week, every night. Even though we had a short week, we're the most prepared. That's coach what coach do. He get us prepared in the best way he can. We prepare ourselves in the best way we can, and we just come out and play.
How tough is this one to take, just knowing what was on the line and knowing what was at stake and what you guys put into it?
Yeah, it's not expected. It was this obviously puts us behind the 8 ball in terms of what we want to do this season. It's real adversity, and we have a decision to make, and a decision to continue to figure it out and let this thing click on all 3 phases. And we got a good challenge next week in Dallas to do that. So really, that's we got to learn what we can and try to move on and as fast as we can. And because I think there's a lot of football to be played.
4 sacks in the last 4 games, I believe, is the stat right now. What makes it so difficult for you guys to get pressure up front?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just in a little bit, it's just not flowing right now. It's I don't know. It's something that can be a tedious thing sometimes, but sometimes it can be like a certain games where you feel like who's not going to get a sack, So it's just, I don't know. It's something you got to look at for sure.
Do you feel more tension over the last month, or has it been the way teams are defending you, or has it been the same?
I don't. It's interesting. There is like the chippers. There's the guards coming back to double team you. And it's it makes those reps that you get that you do have a one-on-one. It makes those that much more precious for sure.
Hey, Hutch, on their last 4th down, it seems like both you and Mac were like a half-second away from making that play. Did that kind of feel like it encapsulated the day for you guys from a pass rushing perspective?
Jordan does a good job he really drifts in the pocket a little bit back, and then he kind of just throws it off his back foot, and he's really accurate when he does that. But that gives him a lot of time being so far back, And I know me and Aleem were there, but it's just like it was tough. It was tough. It was definitely it is what it was.
Is he unique in the way that he does that, like relative to other quarterbacks in the league?
Yeah, I'd say probably he drifts more than anybody. Just getting a lot of depth. I think he likes to just see everything in front of him. And he's got the arm talent for it. He could just sit back there and get real deep. But continuing to find ways to improve is what we're on.
Taylor, just the big thing leading into this game was obviously Frank's announcement, or the announcement that he's coming back.
Yeah.
It sounded like that was not going to happen at all. How did that? What kind of a role did you play in it, and how much did you know that he was coming back? How early did you know?
I don't know if I necessarily played a big role in it, but I've talked to him a lot over the last probably 5-6 weeks. I think he just wanted to bounce it off me, because everybody knows me and him are really close. He's one of my best friends. Love the guy to death. And he was just kind of using me as a soundboard and kind of getting feedback from me. I don't think I necessarily convinced him, other than the fact that maybe he loves me and he wants to come play with me a little bit more. I knew it was probably going to happen for probably about a month. And I'm just like, pull the trigger, dude. Come on. But I love him to death, and I'm happy to have him back.
So obviously he's been training and working out and preparing for this. How close do you feel he is to coming back? Like a week, 2 weeks? Is your timeline, you feel?
I don't know that, and I don't know what the team's plans are for that, so I don't want to speak out of turn on that, and I don't want to speak for him on that. I know he's been working out, and if I know Frank, he's going to be in good shape. But as far as plans, I don't want to speak out of turn, or I don't think that's my place.
Was it your sense that he missed the game, or he just needed to get healthy? The turf toe is a hell of a injury to come back from.
I don't want to speak on that. I want to let him speak on that. That's not my place. I know he has his reasons, and he's talked to me at length about those, and I'm going to respect his autonomy to be able to talk about that himself.
TD, I know you often like to say you want to look at the film before you give us any kind of absolute answer on certain schemes and things that go wrong in a game. But
yeah,
it just feels like, you guys sometimes can score so quickly, and then other times it feels like kind of a slog with what's going on.
Yeah.
Can you put a finger on any of what might be causing that?
I think you bring up a really good point. I think this game specifically, we played well in spurts. And then we know with these divisional games, in years past, we've made more plays at the end of the game than other teams have, and we just didn't make those plays late. And then, I personally would like to start faster to kind of get some momentum rolling early. I did feel like there was a point there in the middle of the game where we kind of had them on their heels and we were playing well, but we need it more consistently.
There's really a strong feeling for people to say, okay, now you've got, 5 games left, what you kind of have to do down the stretch here to get into the playoffs. How do you guys, even more now than ever, put your singular focus on just what's next, knowing that this was a huge one that you dropped today?
Yeah, we really wanted this one, and we know it was really important. All we can do moving forward, 5 games left? 5's a lot. So we can do a lot with that if we control week to week what we do that week. And we've been there before. We haven't been there recently. We've been playing really well recently. But the past couple of years, we've kind of been controlling our own destiny down the stretch. We're in a little bit of a hole, and we put ourselves in it, so we're going to have to dig ourselves out of it. And we do that just by week to week. We just got to win them.
Let's talk about wanting to get a complete game out of you guys, and just obviously things have happened over the course of the season. It's kind of been like whack-a-mole. Something comes up, and you have to address that, and then you figure that out, and then something else pops up. How difficult has that been throughout the whole season? Just across the board.
I think it's been frustrating because we've established such a high standard for ourselves. That's been the frustrating part. Not to pat ourselves on the back. I think we're still one of the top offenses in the NFL. But our standard's really high, and we've fallen short of that standard at times, and that's been the frustrating part. And then I think we just need to search for more consistency. But yeah, I think it just goes back to what our standards are and what we've put on tape the last few years. That's what we measure ourselves by, and we're not matching that standard.
Yeah, it feels like you guys have kind of owned that team the past couple of years, going back to the season finale in 2022. Forgive me for the dumb question, but just how much does it sting to drop both games against that team this season?
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, especially divisional opponents. We know those games are going to be close, but I think the past up until this year, we've kind of hung our hat on being able to win those close divisional games. And to go back to something that I said earlier, I feel like in those divisional games, typically we make more plays down the stretch than they do. And we didn't do that today. I mean, it's pretty simple. And I think we need to start faster. We need to play well throughout the entire game as opposed to in spurts. But yeah, obviously that one hurts.
Taylor, when
Guys, two more, please.
Taylor, when you have new faces on the line today with Graham out, and then obviously you're going against a league-defining pass rush, where is the pain point of growing pains? Is it communication that you feel changes? Is it just reps for some of these guys? Where do you think is the biggest stressor in terms of meeting that consistency?
I mean, number one, they have a really good pass rush. So even if you have all your starters in there, it's going to be challenging. I thought the guys who were in there kind of stepped up to the plate, and they made their plays. They made their plays on defense. So you got to give them credit with that. And they had some unscouted looks. The one we hit the wide receiver screen on the touchdown on my side, that was they showed it once earlier in the game and they got us, and that was a look that we'd seen Tampa Bay run. So that was an unscouted look. So there's stuff like that's going to pop up in a big-time game like this, and they did a good job of it, and we kind of adjusted on the fly, and we just need to continue to adjust and win our one-on-ones. But I think the guys, obviously you want all your starters in there, but I think the guys kind of, they came in there, they fought, they answered the bell, but that's a really good front. So we're going to need just more clean play, you know.
Was there a sense of irony the way that, I mean, they obviously won the game by converting that fourth down. I mean,
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Was there a sense of irony in the sense that they were able to convert a fourth down? That's how they sealed the game, just like you guys did last year with the, kicking that at the end of the last game.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's more something for you guys to dig into and speculate on. I mean, I think any team, if they like the play they got and they like their offense, they're going to go for those plays and try to put it away.
Talk first about just the offense's inability to keep up with that Green Bay offense all day long.
Yeah, it's unfortunate kind of getting behind the 8 ball to start the game, because then you always feel like you're trying to crawl back, make up the difference. So that's definitely unfortunate, but I mean, we had opportunities out there to cut that lead down, and just some things happened. So, I mean, it's the way the game of football goes, and obviously, a lot of it come down to technique and kind of how they were playing us. So, not much we can do at this point. It's really unfortunate how things shook out. But yeah, going forward, I'm just going to have to, keep working and not be discouraged by a game like this.
With Amon-Ra not out there, it creates a problem for you guys offensively to have your best receiver missing, but did give you an opportunity to talk about just trying to take advantage of that and stepping up and having a couple of big catches in the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate whenever you lose a player at any position, especially a star player like Saint. So, like you said, it was an opportunity for me to step up, but I would have loved to get a win, and that's really what I'm focused on right now. It's great to make a catch or two, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many catches you get. If the teams have less points than the other team, you're not too happy about it at the end of the day.
Knowing what was on the line today against a divisional opponent, and just how really fine the line is for the margin for error right now, what does it mean to come away from this one with a loss?
I mean, it's the way things go sometimes. Obviously, these past couple of years, we've kind of had their number, and, sometimes it just goes the other way. So, I mean, it's not like we're going to go into practice the next day and be like, oh, shoot, I wish we would have won that. Like, it's just flush it, and we got to focus on the next week.
Not the result you guys wanted, of course, but you grew up watching this game on Thanksgiving every year. To play in front of it with your family here, just what did that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, just that, kind of standing there listening to the national anthem, looking up at the crowd. It's always been special, but on a day like today, it was super cool. Just knowing how important this game was, not only for me, but everyone who's a Lions fan. It's a special moment, bringing the family together, being able to watch ball. So, it was a really surreal moment for me.
You're always working for an opportunity or staying ready for an opportunity. You don't know if or when it's going to come. You just have to be prepared if it does. And you don't want it to come in a sense where Leaf goes down, Saint goes down, but you also want to be able to go out there and prove that, I can do this too. So, not that I'm going out there trying to replace Leaf or replace Saint. I'm just trying to, be consistent and, help the team however I can if I'm needed,
How much did the plan change for you just in terms of workload when Saint did, have to exit the game there in the first quarter?
Yeah, I basically had to pick up his role in 11 personnel. So once he went down and I saw he didn't come back, I knew it was going to be kind of that moving forward for the rest of the game. So luckily, I think the plan was good. It was concise. Coaches did a good job. So I think I was able to kind of go in. I'm sure there's stuff that I'd like to do differently after watching the tape. But I felt pretty good out there. I didn't think I had too many mental errors or anything like that. So that's just feel. I don't know. I haven't watched the tape, obviously. So, but yeah, once Saint went down, I kind of assumed his role.
I don't know how much you heard us talking to JMO, but this was a game where it felt like he was a man possessed, trying to make plays, pushing through tackles, breaking tackles. We've seen his growth all year, but to see him when he was needed most to step up and play kind of that playmaking role, are you impressed by just the growth he's continued to show?
Yeah, as a player, yes, but he's always been talented. I think as a man, he's grown up so much since he got here in 22, like it's night and day. And I'm sure he would admit that as well. I'm not taking a shot at what he was in 22, but just so much growth from him and just really impressed. And, when we need him, like we needed him today, stepped up. So
what's the mood of the locker room right now? Kind of what this loss does to you in the division race. You know what's ahead of you, and, that margin of error has shrunk a little bit. What's kind of the temperament of the locker room following this one?
I think just focus on the next one, get back to work. You can't, if you're 2 games behind in the division, you can't somehow jump 2 games in 1 week. So it's just, going back to work, correcting the mistakes, all the cliches, and just taking care of next week.